Yo, yo, what up? It's your girl Joy, the Hip Hop Power Font, and this will be your Sun in Scorpio tarot reading. On Wednesday, October 22nd at 11:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun will begin its transit in the sign of Scorpio. Woo, the real spooky season, okay? So today we will be using the Mahogany Tarot, okay? Also, today's theme is unwarranted defense. Okay? Cards to look for. We are going to look for Scorpio being represented by the Death card. And of course, the Sun is the Sun and or the Strength card. Okay? So, let me see. I'm here, you're here, Frankie is here, and he has a bit of a cold, so you might hear him cough a little bit. Okay, but he's fine. I know it might sound like, oh my gosh, but he alright. It's actually better than it was. I think that is all the housekeeping. Sorry I'm late. Okay, I just, it's the end of football season. Y'all know I coach, cheer, and we trying to wrap it up. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure you get this. And Wednesday we will be back on time, on schedule. Okay? Okay. Ooh, okay, that was 10 of Cups with the Death card. So let's see what else we can get. And first we get King of Wands in reverse, followed by Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. You are letting fear control you. You are afraid of the outcome. Okay? You have to make a choice. You're choosing. I don't know what the choices are. Okay? But you can either stay in the darkness or you can come back to the light. It's up to you. Okay? You're going to transform either way. And so either you're going to continue to live in fear or you're going to step out on faith and allow yourself to overcome that obstacle. You are allowing the fear to control you because of a past situation where you felt wronged. And so you put up this unwarranted defense mechanism. You are not allowing people to get close to you. You are paranoid. You are side-eyeing people. You are you're drawing inspiration from a negative source. You deepen your emotions with the stress and the anxiety and the fear. Okay? That's where you are drawing your conclusions from. And it's really because you feel powerless. Okay, you don't feel that you have the strength to carry on. And so now you got this wall up, this defense mechanism, and now you can't, it is this cocoon that you thought you were building to protect yourself has essentially become a prison. Okay? Because it's just like you're just left alone with your own thoughts, and they're very taboo, they are very vengeful, they are very criminal. Because people forget that fear is an emotion. It is a feeling, just like anger. Oh, wow. And I'm not saying Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I'm not saying that what you're doing is unwarranted, but I'm just saying like you might have just like went a little overboard. In reverse, it came out, but as always, I'm showing it to you upright. Okay. And so, I don't know, you just feel like you've just been having a lot of bad luck. Like the walls around you are caving in. But obviously, if everything is this bad, you ain't got nowhere else to go but up. Because some of y'all like, oh my gosh, can it get any worse? No, it can. Literally, it can. This is it. You at rock bottom, okay? So that means you have nowhere else to go but up. Okay? You got to rise from the ashes. Okay? Page of Wands. First you start off as the King in reverse, and now you the Page upright. Okay? I told you got a choice. But you feel like you don't know where to go, where you're going. You just got to take a few steps back. Take it back to before you were jaded. Okay? Before you became this, I don't want to say cold, but before you became this person seeking validation from others. Okay. You don't want people to know that you don't know what you're doing, and that's okay. You trying to come off as you got it all together when you really don't. Nobody has it all together. Have you seen the state of the world? Six of Cups and Five of Cups in reverse. History tells us, the past tells us that things will get better. Okay? Things will get better. Let me see. 5, 6, 10, 1. Okay. History tells us that things will get better, right? This too shall pass. Soon as you turn around and realize there's more to life than struggle and challenge and obstacles and people-pleasing behavior and all the other things that you think you're missing out on. I wanted two, I got two. The Magician and the Sun. Okay, so let's see what it means in the context of this reading. The only way to regain control and power over your life is to take it. You got to go for it. You got to go after. You got to be driven. You got to be motivated. Okay? You have everything at your disposal. Okay? As above, so below. So within, so without. You are so busy trying to control the external world that you are losing control of your internal world. Okay, mind, body, spirit, emotions, mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. You're so busy trying to control the physical that you are losing control of the emotional and the mental because your spiritual is so stirred up. Okay, you so stirred up. You have lost all control. And it's almost like your worst fear is coming true. Huh. And you thought this defense mechanism, this wall that you put up, was going to be a protective feature, but it's really just, you just really put yourself in a box. You put boundaries on yourself, you put limits, you did all the limit. What is Saturn doing? Because I feel like we're getting some Capricorn Saturn type deal happening here. What are we talking about? We're talking about Sun in Scorpio. Saturn is in Pisces. Let me see. Looking at these transits, I'm trying to see if the Sun, I'm recording this on Sunday, the day that y'all are watching this, and the Sun is quincunx Saturn, even though the Sun isn't in Scorpio yet. But yeah, you essentially put boundaries and limits on yourself, and so now you have to break free from the situation you put yourself in. You basically got to bust out of jail. Sun card. And the only way you can do that is to just enjoy life and stop trying to control things. Go more with the flow. Scorpio was a water sign. Okay? Scorpio is the fixed water sign. It's so hard for you to change until change is no longer an option, and that is literally where we are right now. Okay? Change is not an option for you. It has to happen. It literally has to happen. Go back and do some things that you used to do in your childhood that you love. Maybe some type of sports. Maybe go to a comedy show. Go to a concert. Okay? I know for a lot of colleges, it's homecoming season. Go to your homecoming, even if you never go or you ain't got nobody to go with and blah, blah, blah. Just go, boo. Just go. And this is where you kind of start reminding yourself of who you used to be, who you really are. Okay, you still that person. You just have compounded all of these other issues and problems on top of that person. That person is basically like suffocating inside of your subconscious. There's a version of yourself that you have basically not banned, not shunned. You have basically sent this version of yourself away. You don't even know who you are because you've lost yourself. Okay? This is not the real you. You have to go back and remember who you are. Be kind to yourself. 6 of Cups. Be kind to yourself. Show your past self some love by letting them out to have fun. Okay? Enjoy. Travel. Go somewhere. That is how you reclaim your time, reclaim your power. Because you're still the magician. You're still the King of Wands. When you see the spread, you will see, okay, King of Wands in reverse. You take it back to when you were the Page of Wands. Remember back in the day when I was a young little Page of Wands, you know what I'm saying? I used to have my wand spitting all kinds of fire, okay? I was doing all kinds of magic, all kinds of spells, manifestations, all kinds of blessings was coming my way. Remember that when I was a carefree page? And then, when you remember the times during your page years, you be like, oh yeah, I used to be a magician. I used to cause all kinds of havoc. Okay? I used to live in the light. I remember how to use this wand. Using a wand is just like riding a bike, baby. You never forget how to wield it. Okay? I pointed with the dull end, not with the pointed end. So y'all don't gotta worry. Let's pull the cord just to confirm. Don't mind me. Mental disease. Something has infiltrated your mind. Okay? There was a word in here that I saw. Your mind has been corroded. So let me see what that means. Oh, Frankie started barking. But Magus, a member of a hereditary priestly class, you inherited some very, very good skills. Okay? You are, for all intents and purposes, a diplomat. You represent a higher class of, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to remind you who you are. You royalty, baby. You was built for this. You was born into this. It's in your bloodline. Okay? This ability to overcome your self, essentially, because that's what you're conquering. You're conquering yourself. Okay? You're conquering up here. Okay? Mental disease. I'm going to show it to you right here. Mental disease. Okay? That is what we are fighting off. Okay? Because you're living in fear because you are anticipating something bad happening. So you're protecting yourself from something that is essentially not happening. But obviously, if you keep thinking negative thoughts, that's why you having all of this bad luck. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's why all of these things, that's why the walls seem like they caving in on you. Okay? Because you're already anticipating a negative outcome. You are already biased. Okay? And so your perception is that everything that's happening to you is bad. Okay? We still got one more card to do, but I'm trying to connect the dots. I think I pretty much just did that. So let's do the one more card. Oh, that is what else I was gonna say when when I looked up magazine, it mentioned hereditary. I think your inability to let go is hereditary. That's what is hereditary. You always thinking something negative. You thinking the worst is always going to happen. Always anticipating something bad happening. That is probably something that you inherited. Okay? That's some homework for you to do. Some healing homework for you to do. Okay? Last card. Three of Swords. We'll do top of the deck just to be fair. Okay, Three of Swords. You're going to have a very cathartic moment. Cathartic means release, to let go, okay? So, I need for you to prepare yourself for that cathartic moment. Because you'll know, because you'll feel lighter mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Monkey will be off your back. All of the whatever proverbial colloquialisms you want to use. Okay? Metaphor, whatever. Okay? Let's see what. Oh, we got a 3, 5, 6. Oh, we got 2 1s. Magician and Ace. So let's see. Don't trick yourself, okay? Because the magician is a trickster. Magician is a trickster. So be aware, okay? The magician came out in reverse? I don't know, but I'm looking up already looked up the 2 1s. What am I doing? 3 of Swords. Three. This is Swords. 5, yeah. Doesn't even make sense. It's very outdated and sexist, so I'm not going to read it. But we're going to do one more card. But everybody is always associates the 3 of Swords with healing or being stabbed in the heart. Okay? But that rain is going to dissipate. Don't even worry about it. Oh, bottom of the deck. My bad. Why y'all ain't say nothing? I know you did. I know you did. Alright. Look at that. 4 of Wands. Teamwork makes the dream work. You need a companion, a partner, a friend. Someone that can go with you to this new place of healing. Someone who has likely been where you've been mentally. Someone that can show you the way, a guide. Okay? Teamwork makes the dream work. Basically, you can't do this alone. You can't do this alone. Okay? You're gonna need some support. You're gonna need some support. Let's see. 4 of Witties. Unexpected good fortune. You can't do it alone. Okay? We gonna see though. We are gonna see. Yeah. You can't do it alone. Maybe this person is going to go down memory lane with you so you can rediscover who you really are, who you used to be. Okay? Because as you are finding yourself, you are going to bump into people, okay, that you used to be cool with. Because you done put up this wall, and so you basically put yourself on the island. And so now as you come off of the island, you're going to start bumping into people that you used to know, that you used to hang with. You're like, dang, why I hang around this person? They cool. They inspire me. Okay? Inspire me. Well, the sun is waiting for you on the other side. It's just a coincidence that I wore black. Okay? Hope this helps. Let me know in the comments. This is for the upcoming Scorpio season. So this will be happening from October to November. Okay? Okay? Okay. Because once Sagittarius season get here, you can be healed. You can be ready to go. Okay? Big plans. Big fortune. Great luck. Okay? All right, y'all. See you next time. Peace.